Well, good morning on this Thursday morning. Sun's about to come up, and I hope you're doing well this morning. And this morning, I wanted to share with you talking about Jesus' comforting presence. In Mark 16:9, it says, "Now when he rose early on the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, out of whom he had cast 7 demons." I think if I were Jesus, rising from the dead, I think the first person that maybe I would have appeared to was maybe Pontius Pilate. Hey Pilate, how's it going? By the way, you can't keep a good man down. Or, maybe I would have appeared to Caiaphas, the high priest who played a hand in the crucifixion of the Lord. But Jesus, he didn't appear to any of those people. The first person that he actually see him after the resurrection was Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene was the first at the tomb and the last at the cross. I mean, when all the courageous men were, in hiding, she stood at the cross along with Mary, the mother of Jesus, and others. And then she was at the tomb to anoint his body. And so God, he rewarded Mary Magdalene, for her faithfulness and for her persistence. God says in his word, again, Jeremiah 29:13, "And you will seek me and find me when you search for me with all your heart." After Jesus appeared to Mary Magdalene, he made an appearance, to what seemed to be 2 random people on the road to the Emmaus Road. And not only did he appear to them, but he had an extended conversation with them. In Mark 16:12, it tells us that Jesus, he appeared in another form to 2 of them as they walked and they went into the country. Now, we don't really know what another form means necessarily, but we do know that Jesus, he was unrecognizable, to them at that moment. Now remember, the last sight they had of Jesus was his beaten and bloodied body. He was virtually unrecognizable at that point. The last thing I think, that they ever expected was to see him alive again. And so at that moment, it didn't occur to them, that they were walking with Jesus. Jesus, he was walking with them, but that they didn't know him, and he's walking with you as well. And I've often heard, in sermons, throughout my life, would we recognize Jesus if he were to come today and walk with us, as he did back then? Would we recognize him? Would we recognize him as if he came into our church? Would we welcome him? I think that's a good question for us to consider this morning on this Thursday. Would we recognize him? I'd like to think that I would recognize him, but I might be just like these disciples and these others. I don't know that we would realize it. I think the neat thing about Jesus is that Jesus, he always had time for the down and outers and for the unknowns. We need to be the same way. We need to be willing to open up to those around us and to share the love of Christ with them on a daily basis. And so I hope it encourages you today to know that he does walk with us on a daily basis. Hope you have a wonderful day. And remember, Angie and I love you guys, and we're praying for you. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. God bless you.